I didn't think we'd have more gozyuger news. It's a really weird one for me to say, but generally we have quite a bit to go over. Now, we have some pictures which I'm going to show on screen, but we're going to look at it in more depth. I think this looks pretty cool. I think this is going to be a really nice, literally a really nice series. So with looking at the actual photo, high res, it's really nice to have one. Let's zoom in and have a look to pretty much absolutely everything. So 50th anniversary, obviously some more stuff. The Megazord looks fantastic, and this feels like, when we look at the other ones in a little bit, it will feel like that these are like proper Megazords that are on their own. You know, it's like, oh, we're going to call in the auxiliary Megazords and stuff like that. But yeah, the red one looks absolutely fantastic. I love the gloves and the ring itself. Now we have obviously claws, which we know about, and we have here like the weapon that they all have, which is pretty awesome. I think I really like the Red Ranger, and I really like this kind of netted Spider-Man type of material, and each one kind of has one. Now, I don't know what is... Oh, cheers. Okay, so literally we can see which ones that these are, and there is the Mighty Morphing one. But notice how, if we zoom all the way in as much as we can without distorting, we've got red MMPR or Zyuranger. We have the Tyrannosaurus, but I don't see any of the other colors, so maybe that the colors would indicate which ones that they go for. MMPR red, yellow, black, and obviously Green Ranger. You know, maybe we'd get some more much later on. Now, which one is this one? I don't know which one. Like, I want to say it looks like Master Rider, but it looks like something else. If you know, let me know down below in the comments. But let's continue. Let's go back to the Yellow Ranger. Don't know why that was hard to say, but I feel like this is kind of like tracksuit bottoms in a way. But yeah, I think this is really cool. Now, the Green Ranger, let's focus on that bad boy. So the belt buckles, man, like the belt buckles look fantastic. It feels like, and I'm gonna go on a limb, that they open up. So you can't really see, but if you put your hands together, like link your fingers and then kind of open them, it feels like that's literally what's going to happen. Like they pull the rings out from the belt buckles or something. Like it looks also like the weapons. Now you can't see it, but the weapons have the rings on them. So I think that looks pretty awesome, to be fair. Again, the shield kind of goes over. Absolutely perfect. And you've got the big nice circle. Now I think this is going to be, I don't think this is going to be a hard material to pull off, but I see them getting more and more like kind of more creative. This is obviously going to be like a Spider-Man type mesh thing, so I don't think it's going to be printed. It doesn't look like it's printed on there. I feel like it's like you've got black spandex and then you've got the kind of netting over. So rings go into the middle, and it looks like it just attaches on. Now, I don't know if they're going to be holding it, like if you were to hold something in your hand and then use that to like guide the weapon. But I think I really like it. I think I'm going to really like this like series. Okay, so let's go look at the Black Ranger. Again, there we go. I think the Black Ranger is going to be my favorite one. I generally just really like the look of it. Now, the ring here is of Gower Ranger or Wild Force. That looks really cool. So maybe it doesn't focus on the teams. It's just, here is the Red Ranger, because you could have had, like, say, the White Ranger. And I don't know what's that one. Like, so someone's going to have to let me know which one it is. But looking at kind of blue, I think it looks really cool. Like, I've just noticed as well. I don't want to see. Yeah, each of the hood, so it's not white. It is literally the color. So that's also really interesting. Oh man, just look at the boots. They look like Shadow's boots from Sonic. Yeah, do they? Yeah, they do to me. Now, okay, so this is the ring apparently that gives them their powers. I thought this could actually call the Zord or something. Oh, even okay, so sorry, going back to the red. Look at the stitching. There's actual proper stitching, and even on the side, like you've got a little bit of armor. That's pretty cool. That is really cool. And then you've obviously got the logo, which I think is absolutely fine. Now, if we go back, so these are the Zords, and this is something that I generally this is the reason why I'm saying, like, it looks very much like each one is its own Megazord, like an auxiliary Zord or a 6 Ranger Zord. So obviously the Lion, this really does remind me of Hurricaneja or Ninja Storm, and I really like that one. And this is just me, but this kind of reminds me of the Cat's Lair like helmet, or the head from Thundercats. I actually generally really like that, so I think that's going to be pretty cool. This one reminds me of obviously Mystic Force, and I just love the eyes. This is my favorite one so far. I just love the way that it's got like a drill for the horn, fantastic, and a blade at the same time. But look, you can even see the creases on them already. It's only been out a day and they've got creases all over them. But also I've noticed, like, maybe it's just with red, but like each one of them, so far red has it, and I think maybe yellow. But red has that like blade that's going to slash through, very similar to what we've got with their main weapons that they've got. I also like the fact that the chests kind of like light up too. But I love the menacing eyes. They all look very, I'm going to fuck shit up basically. But look, really like the helmets and stuff. Like, this looks really cool. Like, they all look absolutely fantastic. And I really hope, like, from what I've heard, is they're going to make model kits of them. If they do, I will literally buy them all and I'll make them on the channel so you can see them. But I love this design, like a T-Rex head there. So it feels like, okay, okay, so each one looks like they've got their own version of, like, some part of it, or like the animal. T-Rex, eagle wings, lion, I'm guessing has a cape, maybe, blade on the hand, unicorn horn, and then kind of like that's going to be a Gatling gun, isn't it? So let's go back to Twitter, have a look. But man, these Megazords look absolutely fire. So from the same page, we have the actual main logo, which I think looks really cool. This is something that I think is actually one of the nicer designs over the years. This one is, let's translate this. This is basically telling you more. It's like a quick look at the Tochi 1225 page 14. So obviously, you know, this is for Christmas or something. The electronic version of the newspaper is here, but this is literally just the item of the pictures that we've seen, as well as some really nice kanji. I really do like this. Quickly, it says on Twitter, a great battle between our cast beasts aiming to be #1, aim to be the best and strongest #1. New program. Latest commemoratable work starts February 16th, 2025. So that's kind of cool. Normally, I thought they all like kind of like went around this time. 9:30 to 10 a.m. broadcast on the 24 TV Asia affiliates, and then obviously we can see details. And basically, it just comes to this one, one of the link, supersentaifriends.com. The enemies are actual fellow heroes. Oh, a battle between past Reds aiming for #1. Oh. Now you have my attention. Now you've kept it. The best and strongest #1 Sentai is born. The Super Sentai series 50th anniversary commemoratable work #1 Sentai gozyuger is born. Half a century passed since the start of the Sentai Go Ranger in 1975. In 2025, the Super Sentai series will celebrate its 50th anniversary. A new Sentai will be born in this memorable year. #1 Sentai gozyuger. As the name suggests, the story is about heroes with motives of animals and dinosaurs, beasts, which are overwhelmingly powerful among children, striving to become the best and strongest #1. Of all the Super Sentai to date, #1 Sentai gozyuger aims to create #1 excitement and transcends the past 50 years and leads the way to the next 50 years as the #1 work, adding a splash of color to 2025. The recently released Super Sentai 50th Anniversary Countdown PV, starting with this. We have a number of festival events to listen up to the 50th anniversary. Let's all join in and give the best festival ever. I want to know more. Like, you've now said it's all like all Red Rangers versus. Okay, a dynamic poster visual featuring 5 heroes and a giant robo has been released. The rings, Sentai rings, are scattered around the heroes. What is their meaning? Along with the announcement of the new program, the poster visual for the work has arrived. It shows the 5 heroes and a giant robot that appear in the work for the first time. It includes Red with his hands raised high, Blue, Yellow, Green and Black jumping, and the giant robot with this overwhelming presence. Furthermore, if you look closely, you see the rings, Sentai rings, which are key items in this work. Scattered here and there, depicted on them are the Tyranno Ranger and the Guardian Beast, the Tyrannosaurus, Gao Red and the Gao Lion. Okay, so now we know. Kutagawa Ojawa and God Kutagawa, God down, and Bun Red and the Bun Red trailer. What on earth do these mean? It means that I got them wrong. Okay, the gozyuger, is it gozyuger? I'm going to go gozyuger. Are all full of unique characters, weapons and giant robots are revealed for the first time. The 5 characters who play the active role in the work: Goju Wolf, Red, who has a wolf motif, a Goju Leon, it's lion, Blue, who has a lion motif, Goju Tyranno Yellow, who has a Tyrannosaurus motif, Goju Eagle, Green, who has an eagle motif, and Goju Unicorn Black, who has a unicorn motif. You could just literally have said these are all motifs and you don't have to be one after the other. Goju Wolf is unsociable and foul-mouthed, but he is strong and somewhat violent. Although he is a different approach, he is a good guy at heart. Definitely not going to be a Power Ranger. Goju Leon is contrast, and it is a warrior who is kind to everyone regardless of gender. The Goju Tyrannosaurus is the native and often finds himself in trouble. However, he has incredible strength, so there is no need to worry. Goju Eagle is fun-loving playboy, who takes pride in his agility. And then Goju Unicorn is the first black female to appear among the regular warriors in the Super Sentai series. Despite her cool personality, she cares deeply for her family. These 5 heroes each have their unique personality go on a rampage. The film also features the first public appearance of the Megazord, an unpredicted item that is both a transformation item for the 5 characters and weapons, and can even transform into a giant robot. The Megazord, which the heroes are wearing on their right hands in the poster visual, is a very important character in the story. This time we also have revealing a special visual for the Megazord in its giant robot form. One robot can transform into 5 different forms. Change the ever-changing Megazord engages in powerful battles with enemy. Good God. Okay, the number 1 monster attacks. He is a friend, a rival, and even a member of the Sentai number 1 top battle. The Gozyugers will fight against enemies sent by the evil army, the number 1 monsters, who are the best in the field. The Gozyugers will engage in various number 1 showdowns with the number 1 monsters and rescue people who have been miraculously caught in the conflict. At the same time, a battle over the Sentai rings that were scattered throughout the visuals also breaks out. Their 5 are driven to fight, collect all the rings like Sonic the Hedgehog, and are also rivals for competing for the rings. In addition to the 5 rings, rivals with powers of previous Reds will appear one after the other. Sentai versus Sentai, the enemies are the previous Reds and the Gozyugers. There can only be one number 1. This sounds really cool. This work has a distinctive feature that is decidedly different from previous works. You will definitely not be able to take your eyes off the various battles that occur every week within a relationship, where they are both friends and rivals. God, this is something I didn't really want to go over because I wanted to kind of keep this short. But God, okay, here we go. It's been almost 50. So this is producer from TV Asia. I can't say his name. Is there? It's been almost 50 years since the Super Sentai Go Ranger transformed with the cry "Go!" The Super Sentai series is finally reaching its half century. Various Sentai teams have run through the series. The culture of Super Sentai series is deeply rooted in Japan, with only 2 members who liked curry becoming yellow liked curry, and 1 salmon monster sparking a trend of eating salmon at Christmas. While paying tribute to the 50-year history, number 1 Sentai Gozyuger will be the series that will be part of the the Legend Senior jar. So it's many Legend Senior achievements beyond that. A new world Wii universe will set sail. Even if you're not familiar with the Super Sentai series, you can enjoy it 100%. And if you're familiar with the previous Sentai, you will enjoy it 50 times more. The joy of change, the joy of cheering. We will work together to create a show that will make you want to clap your hands. Please support the #1 Sentai gozyuger. And then we got producer Dago, which is Toy, commented, "What is that #1 squadron? 50 years of history is frightening." 50 years of the history is a frightening thing. It's so vast, so heavy, and so abyss-like. When I think about it, my legs tremble and my hands shake. But even so, heroes should be able to look up. If they are not worthy, they will be laughed at and they are told they can't do it. But I think it's fine. Even if they're not worthy, they should be able to look up. They should be able to dream. The main character is a wolf hero. A lonely rogue wolf leaves his pack and sets on a journey in the search of new lands. He is not prepared. There is no guarantee or certainty, but it seems like he has a little courage to set out on the journey. So I'm aiming to be #1. This is #1 that can knock 50 years off the scale. It's not the 50th, but it's first of a new era that starts from here. #1. It's definitely not because I'm a wolf that I'm #1. Definitely not. So everyone, please give your best, support it for the biggest celebration of our 50th anniversary. That's it. And then obviously this has the the information of the screenplay, the director, etc., etc. So yeah, we can see that there is so much going on right now. Now, having them fight against previous Red Rangers to me is something that I generally think would be absolutely really cool. And I absolutely love this. This to me is something that I think is going to be a fantastic series. And I generally am all on board for it. So I am now going to say that I will review this every single week. Because if it's going to be like this, I am 100% on board. But anyway, what are your thoughts? Let me know down below in the comments. There was some fast reading. I hope you all enjoyed it with very little mistakes. Anyway, let me know what you think down below in the comments. While you're down there, why not like and subscribe? And if you want, check out the channel memberships and the Patreon. Either or, it does help out the channel. And with that, I'll leave it there. Thank you very much for listening and watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. I want to say a big thank you to all my Patreon supporters, and I wanted to shout out Kimono Cat. Your help goes a long way to help support the channel, and if you want to help support the channel, the links to my Patreon and channel memberships are listed below in the description.
あらあら、チャンネルをサポートしてくれてありがとうございます。チャンネル登録、高評価お願いします。以下のリンクから商品を入手することができます。